We are still at the beginning of a new year, and it is book launch week. That's right. The book, And That's Okay, Lisa Renee Scott, is available on Amazon.com as of today. We are super excited. And so because of that, today we're taking something straight from the book. We're going to be talking about the struggle to set and achieve goals. Maybe you've experienced it yourself. You feel inspired to make a change, set a goal, or work toward a dream. But as soon as you start thinking about everything involved, overwhelm creeps in. Suddenly the excitement fades, replacing it with doubt or even paralysis. You find yourself asking, where do I even begin? Or how do I stay on track when life gets chaotic around it? What if I fail? What if I fail again? Trust me, if you've had those thoughts, take a deep breath. Because 1, that's okay. And 2, you're not alone. Setting goals is a skill, not a switch you flip on overnight. Life isn't always linear or predictable, and sometimes just getting started can feel like climbing a mountain. In today's episode, we're breaking down that climb step by step to show you how to approach goals in a way that feels achievable and empowering, even when life feels messy. Welcome to And That's Okay, the podcast where we explore the ups and downs of life and remind ourselves that whatever we're feeling, it's for a reason, and that's okay. I'm Lisa Renee Scott, your host and a passionate believer that every feeling matters and every step forward counts. Each week we'll dive into real-life challenges, share relatable experiences, and offer actionable steps to help you navigate through it all. Before we jump in, I want to remind you that I'm not a licensed doctor or therapist. I'm here to share experiences and insights that have worked for me and others like me. Have you ever looked at your to-do list or that dream in your heart and thought, where do I even start? Or maybe you set a goal, but a week in, life gets busy and suddenly you're not as consistent as you'd hoped. That's okay. Feeling stuck or overwhelmed when setting goals is common, especially when juggling work, family, and personal responsibilities. It doesn't mean you're not capable. It just means you're human. Let's talk about why goal setting often feels so overwhelming. Life rarely offers us perfect conditions to focus solely on achieving our ambitions. Instead, we're balancing countless priorities. Work deadlines, family obligations, social commitments, even personal struggles we don't always talk about openly. Here's the thing. Society often tells us that success comes from relentless hustle and constant productivity. But what happens when life throws a curveball? Your child gets sick, or workload doubles, or maybe you're just too mentally drained to think about one more thing on your list. You might think, I'm failing because I'm not meeting my goals fast enough. That's a hard narrative to carry, and one that stops progress before it even starts. Imagine Sarah, a busy mom, juggling work, 2 kids, trying to find some time for herself. Her goal was to read for 30 minutes every day. Simple personal goal just for her. But after a week of trying, she hadn't even cracked open her book. She felt guilty and started telling herself, I guess I just don't have time for my own goals. Sound familiar? Here's the truth. Sarah wasn't failing at her goal. She was trying to fit it into a schedule that was already bursting at the seams, without considering how to make space for it in a way that fit her reality. What Sarah needed wasn't more pressure, it was more clarity. And that's where a shift in mindset begins. Instead of seeing setbacks as failure, we can see them as signals to adjust the path forward. Think about your own life. Is there a goal you've set but felt too overwhelmed to start? or maybe something you've attempted but abandoned because life got in the way. It could be a big dream or something as simple as drinking more water or moving your body for 10 minutes more each day. Whatever it is, recognize that your journey is valid and the bumps along the way don't define your worth or your ability to succeed. You know, I have some action steps for you. Today I have 5 of them, actually. 1. Start small and be specific. Vague goals like, quote, get healthier or, quote, save money can be overwhelming because they lack a clear starting point. The brain craves specifics. It needs something concrete to latch onto to trigger action. And starting small builds confidence without burnout. So instead of saying, I want to run a 5K, say, I will walk for 15 minutes 3 times a week. This approach makes the goal tangible and achievable. The smaller and clearer the step, the easier it feels to take action. 2. Set time-based micro goals. Our motivation often fluctuates. So by giving yourself a short time frame, you can create urgency without the overwhelm of a long-term commitment. Small wins build momentum and help sustain progress over time. Rather than planning a year-long fitness journey from the start, commit to walking 15 minutes each day for 7 days. Once you see that success, extend the challenge in manageable increments. The commitment to doing one small thing daily for the next 7 days is huge. So use a checklist or an app to track your progress. 3. Create visual reminders. Out of sight, out of mind means exactly that. When you see your goal daily, you're more likely to stay focused and committed. Visual cues serve as a gentle nudge to reinforce habits and actions even when life gets chaotic. So write your goal on a sticky note, place it where you can see it, like your bathroom mirror or your computer screen. Pair it with motivational words like one step at a time. I remember when I started doing this, I actually had it, typed it up, and took a picture of it, and then created that picture as my screensaver on my phone. Incorporate accountability. Sharing your goals creates social reinforcement, which studies show significantly increases your chances of success. Accountability partners provide encouragement, feedback, and reminders when you're maybe not feeling as motivated. Sarah, for example, my friend I was telling you about with the 5K, she asked her best friend to check in every weekend about her progress. So it wasn't a daily thing. It was just on a very specific day. So knowing that someone cared about her journey created an added layer of motivation for her. So find a trusted friend, a family member, or a community to share your goals with. Consider using group apps or social medias to stay accountable. Celebrate the tiny wins. This is action step number 5. It is so important. The brain responds positively to rewards, no matter how small. It doesn't matter. It doesn't care. Celebrating progress releases dopamine, reinforcing the behavior and increasing your desire to continue. So if you complete 3 walks this week, reward yourself with a relaxing activity like reading a favorite book or enjoying a bubble bath. Write down your small wins each day. If it's just, I made it out for a 5-minute walk. Reflecting on these wins helps shift your mindset toward gratitude and positivity. Setting goals isn't about being perfect. It's about the progress. When we break things down, we move forward with clarity and confidence. Remember, the size of the step doesn't matter. It's the fact that you're moving forward. Just like Sarah, we don't have to tackle the entire mountain in one go. We just need to focus on one step. What's the next step? That's a lot, I know. So let's recap those action steps. 1, start small and be specific. 2, set time-based micro goals. 3, create visual reminders. 4, incorporate accountability. And 5, celebrate the tiny wins. So if you've been struggling to set or achieve a specific goal or any goal, pause, take a deep breath, and remember, and that's okay. You're not alone in this journey. Every small step you take brings you closer to where you want to be. Your goals don't have to overwhelm you. They can empower you. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of And That's Okay. I hope you found our discussion insightful and that you're leaving with some practical steps to apply in your own life. Remember, no matter what you're feeling or going through, you have feelings, and that's okay. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who might benefit from today's topic. Until next week, take care of yourself, honor your feelings, and remember, you're doing the best you can, and that's okay.